A house, somebody's house, the Arnold attic, White House. It's a person, it's a robot. It's become an alien. It's an O and an I and an O. Okay. It's a stereo. It's a TV set. There's a rodeo. It's some kind of okay. I see TV and it's, the TV and a stereo, and it's a entertainment system thing. It's a wall. Yeah, it's a cupboard. It's a kitchen, and there's the refrigerator, and there's a mirror. That's somebody's bathroom. Okay, let's see. Windows. Okay, those are windows, and that's a door into a bar, some kind of western thingamabobber. Bunch of windows. Some kind of thing that girls have for makeup. No, there's a door. There's a clear door. That looks like a door. But that door is smaller than the other door for some reason. Which is kind of odd, but I guess it's okay because you're art. Why would you make one door smaller than the other one? And these are windows of some kind. So I guess I have to figure out what building it is. And that might be challenging to do. A bunch of windows, a bunch of doors. And it's a bunch of windows and doors. Hard to say what building, what. There's a triangle roof, but it's not connected to the other part. But there's the other part of the roof. Okay. Alright. We got some kind of house, somebody's house. Looks like the Brady Bunch's house. It's either the Brady Bunch's. I was gonna say Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but I don't think they had a house that ghetto. Because they were more high class, so therefore it must be Brady Bunch or that's assuming that it's a famous house, but it's gonna remind me of something. So it has bushes. Whose house could it be? Who has a house like this? Hard to say. A lot of people could have a house like this. I'm not gonna say The Simpsons. I don't think they had a house like that.
Do you need a hint?
I need a hint.
It's a house.
Whose house? I mean, give me another hint. Is it from a TV show?
No.
Oh man, that makes it very challenging. If it's not a famous house, then how the heck do I know?
It's famous house.
I don't know people's houses.
It's your neighbor's house.
This your house, your mom's house.
It looks close to it. You want to see my mom's house? It looks pretty damn close. Look, there's my mom's house. Almost close.
That's it. You got it.
That's it right there. I got it.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, geez, a personal game. Oh, you silly kids.
That's a personal thing.
You silly crack addicts.
You need it.
Hi, Dad.
Now I'm the next one.
Oh,
What you
right.
doing? Clearing the path? Clearing the path? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna go inside.
cat. Some kind of cat. Somebody's cat.
Is it?
A weird cat. An ugly
It's my-
cat. Pretty ugly cat. Terrible. Cat has a bladder disorder. You need to go see a doctor, cat.
Bye, bye, bye.
Ba-da-do. Boo-boo, ba-da-do. Do-da-da-do. Chrissy. Ohio. Okay, you're in Ohio. Ohio. Big T. Oh. Somebody else's window. Oh, okay. You want me to take that somewhere else? Let's see. Where is that window? I lost it. Oh, there it is. Okay, I found it. Okay, I'm gonna go up. Going up. Are we a train falling off a cliff? The Joey Arnold article from last month. How close to the cliff might we be? Are we doomed to fall off the cliff? Bad news is the train of global is sailing faster and faster. Bad news is we don't know how close we are to the end of the cliff and know tomorrow. The good news is as the train of global accelerates, Joey Arnold. Here's the train. Okay. This is from last month. I want to write something about the current state of humanity. Think about this sometimes. There are many illustrations that can help describe where we are in this world. Are we falling off like Titanic? Starting point. Okay, starting point. Let's see. Debate. Illustration. Okay, moving on. Wanted to briefly describe the illustration of the cliff. Humanity as a whole, and in general, is the train. Regardless of whether or not there were bridges or what have you, there seems not to be one right now. Trains not only rushing towards the cliff of genocide, but is accelerating. Good news is as the train marches towards the cliff and will return, then more and more people scream, "Sky is falling." Or they scream, "The British is coming. The wolf is coming. The Trojan horse of Troy is coming. Fall of Roman Empire is coming. Fall of days before Noah coming." I may not want to get too lost right now in what might or might not happen. We can apply logic. We may not know everything. We will lose if we don't try hard enough. And we may lose no matter how hard we try. It's not a
Man,
binary.
this who COVID vaccinating. Like this fucking.
Are you responding to what? To this?
Are you vaccinated?
Oh. Why?
I'm wondering.
Why? Why would I do that? What's the point?
I don't know.
What happened to what happened to Bob Saget? You know what he did? You know what Betty White did? And you know what happened a few days after they did that?
Truth. No, I didn't get no vaccination because I knew that it's bad.
So anyway, I'm writing this article, I'm writing all these random words, and I'm missing all these things. I like to write all this stuff. And moving on, to use another analogy, we're at the end of a basketball game. We're losing our game, so to speak. Each second, they're collecting points somehow. The problem is we may not be able to see the clock. Therefore, we may not be able to see when the end of the game might be. I say Hong Kong. Let's go, Brandon. I encourage people to do what they can. Word of the day, geoengineering. Puppets are powerless.
I got a question.
Ah?
What happened when you died?
I don't know. You tell me. What do you think? What do you? A lot of people like to talk about that, and you can talk about that, or you can talk about are there aliens? Better question.
I know. I watched a movie and it made me change my mind.
Whoa!
I thought about it in a new way.
About that.
You know, this one is called Space Odyssey 2001.
Oh, tell me about that.
You never seen the movie?
A little bit. Refresh my memory.
So it's about like the future, yeah?
Uh-huh.
And it's made in a long time ago, and they project that we was gonna go to Mars and go to the moon. We have a base on the moon in 2001, and they was on the moon and they found like this blocked monolith thing, like a black thing on the moon, and it was speaking radio wave to Jupiter. And they said people go to that where it was going, the radio waves.
Yeah.
And the computer said it was evil AI computer. His name Hal
Okay.
3000.
Okay.
And he said he wanted to kill the humans. And he killed a human, and the other humans stop it. Then they go to Jupiter, and he go through like a time portal. He go through this monolith, and it's like a wormhole portal, and he go to this place where him going through ages fastly. And the whole point of the movie is saying that maybe they're smarter, like a person, like a monolith is smarter than us, that made us smart, because they had an opening. They have a bunch of monkey who don't know how to use tool, and then you can see the monolith fall from the sky, and then talking to the monkey, making it smarter. And I'm thinking maybe they made us smarter, like it's a simulation for them, but it's in reality. So maybe, simulation theory, and I was thinking maybe it can be real, but we are so stupid, limited intelligent to that point we might even be really real, but in a simulation, but in real life.
So, are we from these aliens? These monoliths?
No, the alien make us smarter.
Is it similar to what?
Too smart.
Have you ever heard about what people talked about, like the origin of the pyramids? That they came and helped the Egyptians make the pyramids. You heard about that?
You can
Is it
make
like that?
the pyramid. You can make it. You can make the pyramid though. It's
Can
like
you?
that, yeah.
Some people say
Yeah,
it's
you can
really.
make pyramids.
People say it's very difficult.
I'll tell you how to do it. I'll do the screen share. Hold on, wait a second.
How do you do it? How do you do it?
I'll show you. Just let me do this screen sharing. Wait a second.
Wait, it's Molly in her house.
Hello, Molly. You see my scheme? You see it?
I see a white screen.
Yeah, so you got the pyramid, right?
Uh-huh.
You can build like this.
Yeah, you could do that. But it's still very hard to do it.
You see what I mean? And then the pyramid in the middle. Like that.
Yeah.
Why
Staircase.
can't you do that?
Still,
Yeah, you can
still
move it.
but still very heavy. Think about how heavy those
Yeah,
stones
but
are.
they have 100, 200 years, like 50,000 people. It's like a lot of people.
Assuming it took that long. Some people believe it took not that long.
Yeah,
So you tell
they
me.
can just think
You tell
whatever
me
they
what-
want to think.
You tell me what happened.
And you know the top, it was made from copper.
Hmm.
They made copper.
Really?
head top.
Copper.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean the top is missing then? Or is it still there?
No, yeah, it's like the whole thing have a metal around it. It was a metal plated building.
Oh, then they ran
Yes.
off? People ran off with it? Because it was so
Yeah,
valuable?
it was the bonding. For whatever reason, they have to leave it behind.
Mm.
And they left it. And people take it or something.
Still very hard to make. So some people are thinking, was it a power plant?
No, it's maybe
don't
for
think so?
electrical, like, when they want electrical from the sky, like they want to get the zip zap.
Which is the same
Let
kind
me
of thing.
see.
It's very similar to
They
a power
want the
plant.
zip from the sky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then they can distribute it all over to different places.
They have battery. You know that they have a battery.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a power plant in a way. A different kind of power plant. A battery generator. Battery charger.
Yeah. And then it go in it. Boom, boom. Into they got a pot.
Okay, Mr. Wiggler, is the Earth flat?
Yes.
So do you follow the channels that have the theories about what they used to do, distributing power all around the world? You heard about that?
The Tesla, yeah.
Or
I don't
even
know about
before Tesla? Like in the 1800s or before the 1800s? With all the pictures of all the old
I don't
buildings.
know about that. All I know is that, you know, we on the Earth, right? We on the Earth.
Beyond the Earth, what about it?
Okay. We are on the Earth.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Look, this the Earth.
Uh-huh.
This the sun,
Mm-hmm.
and we go around it, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay. And when we going around it, you know when you moving in a car and you go on a turn,
Mm-hmm.
you changing speed. So when you go in a car and you gotta go on a turn, like Molly was doing,
Yeah.
you gotta slow down and turn it to
Yeah.
go around
Uh-huh.
it.
Uh-huh.
With a car.
Uh-huh.
And when we turning around, we changing our vector, and we would feel it physically. We
What if
change
you're going
direction.
around? What if you're on a merry-go-round? What if you're going in a perfect circle?
You feel it still, because you're changing direction. And when you doing this, they tell us we going at one point. So let's say when we on this point, we go in like 18,000 meters a second per second. Meters per second. And that's the acceleration when we going around the closest point from the sun. So we go from like 20,000 all the way up to like 38,000 meters a second. And this acceleration alone, we would feel it's going quicker. You know what I mean? We just feel it. Because when you're in a car and you stop, look, you would say this a car, look. And you're not moving and you move that way, you're going to feel a negative force because you trying to stay not moving and the car trying to go. So you're going to feel it moving. But when we on the earth, we don't feel it, right?
So why
So
do you,
what's going on?
why don't you think we feel it?
Because it's flat, and well, I think this is a demonstration that the sun go around us.
Do you believe that everything has gravity?
I don't believe in gravity.
You don't believe in
can't
gravity.
even demonstrate
So how do
gravity.
you why do things go down?
Because of relative density.
So how is that different than gravity? I mean, what is the definition of gravity if it's not density?
Gravity, you can't even prove gravity.
What is gravity? Is gravity not the same as what you
Made
said
up.
about density?
No, it's
What's the
not.
distinction?
Because gravity is about planets grabbing each other when there's no matter in between.
I mean, you have to get down to the foundation of the definition of gravity. Is it not density? How is it different?
No, because gravity can't work in space, and relative density did not work. Hey, space don't even real, so it can't even exist.
How do you know that?
Because all the fucking space is fake.
How do you know that?
And
You've never been there. How do you know that?
Listen.
You've never been there.
So you know how on Earth we're supposed to have atmosphere, right? Like this. We're supposed to have the air, right?
Mhm.
How are we gonna keep all of this in when we have a vacuum outside? We have a space vacuum. It have nothing. So we have a vacuum. Nothing is here, right? And we have a lot of stuff here. Why is it not getting put in? Because of Brownian motion? Do you know what Brownian molecular motion is?
I don't remember. Tell me.
Basically, in any physical system, all the molecules that's present, let's say this all molecules, right?
Mhm.
Forever, they're gonna be bouncing around each other.
Mhm.
And pressure is just the speed at which the molecules is bouncing around. And that's also what is temperature. And basically, this is, they're just bouncing around, okay? Going all around things, right?
Mhm.
And when there isn't, when there's nothing here, look, just picture like this. There're gonna be tons of ball here, right? They're gonna wanna go that way, cause there's no balls over here.
No, of course not. So why doesn't it?
That's my question.
And you got it.
Why?
Yeah, no, but you don't think there's some kind of force field? You don't think there's something up there?
But you can't even have, like I was saying, look, you can't even have pressure without a container. That's why I draw a box. Because in real life, we can't even do an experiment that demonstrates an atmosphere without a container, like air pressure without a container.
Is there a container?
Yes. Logically, we must assume that because this is not possible.
When you're in an airplane and the airplane is turning, do you feel it?
Yeah.
You feel it? When you're in a car and the
Yeah.
car is turning, do you feel it?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm in a car, the car is turning, I don't feel it. Tell me that.
Yeah, because it's so small movement. But are we moving 18,000 meter per second acceleration over the span of 3 months?
What about the size of
That means
what about the size of the planet?
Divide it 3 months, that's 90 days. 90 100 18,000 divided by 90 and 900 meters a second per day.
But think about the size of the Earth. Does it not have any power to hold you down so that you don't feel it?
The Earth is flat. You can't measure it.
Imagine you're in a spaceship and it has artificial gravity and you're moving really fast. Are you gonna feel it?
That's because
Are you gonna
you're
feel it?
like this in the make believe. You going like
So you don't
this.
believe they can have artificial gravity?
No, it's not.
So you don't
Gravity
think?
is centrifugal force. You don't even know your own model, bro. Like, you trying to make me explain the model you're supposed to be defending.
So you don't believe that we can make a spaceship and have artificial gravity? You don't think the technology...
We can't even get to space.
You don't think we have ever been to
real.
space? Okay, so you don't think people have been to space?
No. NASA lying.
So what do you do with, if you get a telescope and you look at stuff in the sky? What are you looking at? You should go buy.
Lights in the sky.
You should go get a. You need to. I dare you to get a really good telescope, and you go send me real photos of the moon or another planet.
I can send you a picture from the moon I took.
Send me some pictures, and get really close. Get really close to these planets.
But you saying that you can look at something else and say that it looks like you. So like you can look at a dog and say that's me. That's stupid.
Maybe. You gotta start somewhere. Man, that's what science is all about.
But
I'm not gonna tell
science. You just assuming. You
have to assume.
Science.
You have to assume something.
You have to assume
and you have to start with something.
Be on a flat
and then you gotta work with something. And if you see a boat sinking into the ocean, you know you see a boat, it's sinking in the ocean. Oh no.
But it's inconsistent with the rate of curvature that NASA give us.
I don't know what the Earth is. I don't know what it looks like.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's flat. I've seen it.
And if it is flat, then I want to know what's on the other side of the ice wall.
We aren't allowed to know because they have a thing called the Antarctic Treaty.
And there has to be a way to get around it, because it would be so, long.
They have military base and
but you have to understand how big that would be to have an ice wall that goes around the whole entire land of the planet.
No, it's the same size. It doesn't change the size.
It would be a lot bigger. It would be a lot bigger.
No, it's not bigger.
Mathematically, it'd be a lot bigger.
No, it's not. It's not. It's the same.
The difference between a small circle and a big circle, the big circle would be bigger than the small circle. It's very simple.
Well, it's just the way you look at it. It's the same size. You just thinking like it's stupid. Look.
It's a lot bigger now. You're making it a lot bigger. Therefore, it's a lot bigger. Very simple. I mean, the difference between...
Look.
Think about the size of all the continents. You can look at all the continents, add them all up.
Look. This is the North Pole, look. From looking up from
Antarctica is not supposed to be any longer than America. Think about how wide America is. And going from California to New York. Think about how many miles is from California to New York. That's how long it should be. And then think about, having a wall that goes around the whole entire planet.
Look. The amount of space, the area is the same as this.
According to who?
Logic.
According to whose logic? Mine or yours?
Scientific logic.
Oh, you think scientists agree on things?
A lot of them think this is the way.
And some of them don't.
Because
so
it makes
what are you going to do about it?
But the one that disagree, they say they don't have a good reason.
Oh, so you're going to say goodbye to them just because they don't agree with you?
Because
is that how you
bad.
Is that how
they have
you
a
work?
bad reason.
Just because you don't like them, you call them racist and say, get out of my face, and you don't believe them just because you don't like them, you don't like their opinion?
Well, I'm racist.
Yeah. Racist against scientists?
Racist. And I'll explain it why I'm racist. So, we have human DNA, right?
I'm racist too, so I have no problem with that. I know where you're going with this.
And we have dog or DNA. Okay, DNA dog.
Okay.
So you have a wolf, right? A wolf.
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit different. Similar to it all.
This is the number one dog. Then between we got German Shepherd.
Mm-hmm.
No, we got Pit Bull. Then we got Chihuahua. Chihuahua. It's 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
A wolf, most aggressive, most like a wild animal, right?
Yeah.
A pit bull, a little bit more like Chihuahua, but it's still more wild than Chihuahua, and it's more like a wolf. Right? And then we got Chihuahua, which is not like pit bull, not like wolf, is its own thing.
Then you got a
A
poodle.
wolf, nothing like Chihuahua. And pit bull is like, because they don't get trained with human to be normal dog and be friendly dog, right? So what do you do when you take, look, when you take a black person and you put them in with people who've been living in civil society for thousands of years longer than a black guy, right? From Africa. We have Chinese people who have made civil society, agriculture, and they live fine. They're really smart people, right?
Yeah.
Because they're some of the smartest people in the world, and so is white people. And we have all gone away from Africa, and because we was a Pangea, right? At one point, all the continents was together to make one big thing. And we was at one point monkeys, where Africa used to be. This is Africa in the Pangea, right? And then we all broke apart over time into be different continents like that. You know what I mean? Because of continental drifting. And basically we all go and evolve on our own over 3 million of years. And the best monkey, who they basically, the Chinese made their own language, made their own culture, made their own everything, right? And then we got some Native American people, they had their own thing too, right? And then the white people from Europe came over and they saw they had no thing. And basically, if you don't partake in civil society, genetically you're gonna be more inclined to be primal, like a hunter from the tribes in Native America, or like a guy in Africa hunting with spears, or like a guy in China, but they had their own civil society, more like, so it's China and Europe that was the number one smartest. And the reason is because we have evolved and we have developed over millions of years. Our DNA have been programmed us from becoming from a wolf to a Chihuahua, but not a Chihuahua because that's like a bad dog. We like a Labrador. A Labrador. So they thinking in their DNA they gotta survive, but people in Europe, we have not been worried about surviving anywhere near as long. And what happened with slavery as well, it just made it even worse because they was becoming the victim.
Yeah.
And it made it worse.
Hmm.
So that's why I'm racist.
Me too. I got no problem with that.
I mean, the crime rates on the whole world is racist.
I understand all that. Well, the thing that I want to know is what's inside the planet. Is it hollow?
Well, we know that it's solid, and we can measure the.
What about all the caves?
metal moving.
What about all the tunnels? What about all the underground rivers?
That's on the crust.
What about the
That's on the
military?
crust.
Yeah, I understand that. Okay. It's hard to say how deep does it go. How many miles deep does it go?
No, we can tell because of how we can measure the geological movement.
I'm not gonna say that it's 100% hollow, but I am gonna say how hollow is it? 1% hollow?
No, way smaller.
You think it's less than
It's
1?
gonna be 0.00.
But why would you give it that small of a number? Like, especially if you say the Earth is flat, how far down does it go?
Because it's flat like this.
But how would you know? But how far down would it go? You know, if it's flat, how far down would the Earth dirt go? And how would you know?
We can't know, and the same with the globe. We don't even know exactly how deep it goes. So you're asking me to say something we don't even really know for sure on the globe model. So how would I know that?
You don't think the moon looks around to you?
Well, the moon, if you looked at the sky, you said by a telescope, is always looking directly down at Earth at the same angle.
I know. So how about another planet?
Know?
I know about that. So how about we talk about another planet? Like a planet. Look at a planet with a telescope. Tell me what you see.
Well, we can only just assume that
No,
it's
just
a ball.
get a telescope.
It's not proof.
Get a telescope and look at Mars, look at Venus, look at Saturn. Look at Jupiter.
But you are ignoring.
I'm just saying.
All of these.
Look at it, and send me pictures and show me and describe the pictures to me. It's that simple. Take a bunch of pictures of these planets and tell me that it looks totally flat, and I will shake my head and say okay. But you gotta, look at it with your own eyes as close as possible. With a bunch of pictures. That's all you gotta do. With your own eyes, get a telescope, take a bunch of pictures, and show me. And tell me, this picture, flat. This picture, flat. This picture.
No, I'm not saying all the planets is flat. I can't even know that.
So why would our planet?
I don't even know that the
why
Earth
would
is
our
flat.
why would our
planet?
planet? Why would our planet be so different? Does that make sense to you?
Because I know.
Why would we be so much of an oddball? Like there should be some kind of pattern going on. I mean, that's science, right? Patterns. You gotta look at the patterns. Predictability.
Look at this. I'm gonna send you a document. Look in the chart. I can just screen share it. Look. I'll make it so you can see better.
Which lake? Netherlands? A lake in Netherlands?
Can you see it?
I see. So different lakes, Hungary in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're trying to find out refraction effect on the curvature.
Okay.
And they want to see if it's flat, if water is flat with the earth.
Okay. Okay, continue.
Basically, I'll get to the measurement because
Okay.
they just being very bureaucratic.
Okay.
So you see, they got this is the how they did it.
Okay.
The laser. So they measure from here to here over water, right?
Okay.
On here, they build a laser catcher. So it shoot like that.
Yeah, I see that.
And they measure how hot it was, and from where they measure it. And they measure how wet the water is, how wet the air is, what time, what weather, where they measure it. You can see they measure it over the water. Basically, they're trying to calculate how much the curvature is hidden, like how much of the laser will be hidden by the curvature. See, so here's the laser is shooting at the other point, and how much will get, when will it get destroyed, blocked by the Earth?
That's an assumption that it's perfectly round. Is it perfectly round?
Well, the water is level.
Is it leveled?
Yeah.
Well, who said that? Who said it's leveled?
The scientists.
Water is pulled down by gravity. You know, unless if you don't believe in gravity.
And the way water works on gravity is
water's yeah, but it's going down depending on the shape of the Earth.
So it's going to find a level.
Not exactly. It's gonna wrap around whatever shape the Earth is. It doesn't have to be perfectly round. It could be sort of round. It could be partly flat here and there for a limited space.
No.
You think so? You're saying it has to be.
You see this? Look, the water always find the level. Look.
The water is going.
See this when
the
it
water's
look
going
like this.
down.
Look.
But you gotta understand the water's going down. The water's going to the center.
The water going to the
water is going down. The water's going down to the center. It's that simple.
No.
Because it's being pulled down by the density.
Look. Water finds the same level. You pour it in this, it's gonna go up in these two on the same level and end on this the same level. So water is always flat.
It's doing that because of the gravity. It's being pulled down.
You can say whatever reason you want it, but it's flat, right?
You don't believe in gravity. So, what can I tell you?
Well, I have to believe in it. It's like believing in religion. I don't want to believe in something that can't be proven.
I mean, I jump, I fall. What is there?
Because you're more dense than the fucking air.
That's gravity. Why would he not call that gravity?
No, you're just trying to say that relative density is gravity.
Why would you not? What's a word?
Because
what's a better word?
Gravity is a magic force that attracts.
It's a word. It's a word to describe density. That's all it is. And you're trying to make a distinction.
No, it's trying to say that mass attracts mass, and that there's space mass and dark matter and black holes and fucking all this stupid shit.
If you're by you don't believe in black holes too? Wow, you don't believe in wormholes?
Nope.
Oh. I wonder what Molly thinks. Molly, is the Earth flat?
No, but I didn't really hear the whole conversation.
That's okay.
But I'm just thinking, like, I don't know if you explained it already, but if there's no gravity, then how do we have water? How do we have oceans?
Because of relative density.
Which is the same thing as gravity. But
That's
you're
the same
making...
thing as gravity.
No, gravity is assuming will also do like mass attracting mass. You know what that is, right?
How
Attracting mass.
how is
I
that
didn't
different?
have high school, bro. I took 5 years of high school.
So
Because it's saying that over time, if we have two balls like this, they can get closer.
Okay. There isn't,
Like this, they're
gravity.
saying that it's gonna get closer because this is mass, this have mass, it's gonna get closer,
It
and that's
would.
not because of density.
it
No,
would.
it doesn't.
It
There's
would.
no proof.
No, it would.
There's
Now,
no proof.
it may not happen right where we are because there's a distraction because we're on the planet, and there's gravity here, so you can't really have your own gravity because of the bigger gravity is going to take over. Would it not?
So then, quick question: what do you call two magnets? Or it's like two magnetic forces.
That's magnetic fields.
Isn't that what gravity is?
No,
But you know what I'm talking about?
because
How
it's the
polar-
electrons. It's electrons. One side have more, one have less.
I don't know, man. I want to hear you out and listen to it because I know it's probably relative to me, but I don't know. I can't get into it. I feel like I'm in school right now, like in a Zoom call.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it's pretty important. You should at least listen. But if it's too hard, I guess don't even do it. Like, fuck it. I don't care.
I'm just retarded. That's
No.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, you think we're on a fucking ball flying at 1 billion miles an hour in space, so I guess you are retarded.
I don't really think about it, to be honest.
Yeah, I can tell.
It's hard.
not
It's hard to.
that big a
It's
deal.
hard to say what's happening. I'm not gonna say what's happening. I'm just gonna.
I'm just saying, when has the government ever been truthful ever? And you want to believe them on the shape of
but
the earth?
it goes way beyond that because they're not the ones that started this theory of a round Earth. It's been around for thousands of years.
They only they changed history to make you think that.
You think so?
Yep. There's proof.
How do you prove?
They
how do you
made
prove it?
audits to the National
if you-
History Museum.
If you dig into the ground and you find evidence of people thinking that the Earth was round, then what do you say?
There is no evidence.
You don't think there's evidence?
There is no evidence that the Earth is
I'm
round.
washing the dishes.
Okay.
So, just be aware for later.
There is no you can't find proof.
You think?
Well, you saying that? Okay,
I'm saying
you can find
there's
proof,
a
but
lot
again, you can
there's a
just
lot out
invented it.
there. There's a lot out there that you don't know. I'm going to tell you.
I'm
that.
not saying that they think it maybe, but they went back and made the popular opinion in the past that it was a globe because they want to fool everyone to make us stupider so we don't overthrow the high courts of Israel.
Oh, okay. So that's what you believe. You have a hard on for Israel.
No, we are a victim of Israel. On all the Jewish people.
So you really hate the Zionists.
No, I hate the elite.
Yeah, I don't.
And they
I
happen
don't
to be
disagree.
Jewish.
Some of them
Well, a
might
lot
be.
of them
Some
happen
of
to
them.
be Jewish.
Hey, some of them might be.
Yeah. Some
of
of
them.
them, but the Jewish people are the richest people
I
on
don't
that
know.
planet.
I don't know about that. I would
That's
say
true.
some of them have a lot of money, and there's other people that have a lot of money. How
Because
many
they
of
are
them?
stupid.
But they're not Jewish. They genetically they might be Jewish, but not religiously. There's a difference.
It's ethnically.
Which is
Because
genetically. But then
It's
I mean, why would
cultural.
you make a big deal about their blood and where they're from. I mean, I guess it matters in some ways, but it's not the determining factor.
It is.
Why would he? How do you know that? Oh, because you're a racist, right? Okay.
Our DNA is very powerful, and it influences everything we do.
So you believe in nature over nurture?
I think that nature will always have an effect, but we need to train it out of us.
Yeah.
And it's been happening with the white people more than the black people.
In which direction?
What do you mean?
I don't know what you meant by that. You mean that in a good way or a bad way? You said white people. What? What about white
people? We are being made smarter. We are losing the connection to our DNA. We are changing it to be more civilized.
Are white people smarter than Asians?
On average, yeah.
Are you sure Asians aren't smarter?
Well, no. On average, the Asians are smarter, but there's the smartest white people are smarter than the smartest Asian people.
That may be true.
It's because of how we educate people. Potential IQ is higher for white people, but its average is lower because of how we educate everyone.
I would imagine that white people may be more creative, but Asians may have more of a logical brain.
Yeah, I agree with you. Because Americans invented everything.
White people are the crazy people, and crazy people can do a lot of bad stuff. They can do a lot of good stuff. Yes? Oh, okay. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you need to measure new curvature. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
I do watch a lot of videos on Flat Earth. I was following it. I try to keep an open mind. Fallout. I like.
Yeah, I'm trying to play it.
Oh, okay. Fallout is an interesting story about the future. I like it. I like science fiction. Fallout has a pretty good story.
You any good games?
I like Metal Gear. I love the story of Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear is a crazy story.
Which is the first one?
It's not on PC.
Man. But I'm mostly there just for the story part, not the actual
Yeah,
playing.
you can't get Metal Gear on PC. You
Oh,
can only play it
man.
then.
That's stupid.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's
You
okay.
can play 5, that's crazy.
What I like to do is I like to go on this
Okay.
and go on free to play.
Free to play.
And I just look and they always have new game.
Kitty ball.
Look, this one look good.
Dead Space. Does it have Dead Space? What's that game called again? Dead Space.
It's a puzzle game. I like it.
Nice.
I'll get this one.
Dead Space. Dead Space. Okay. I think. Wow.
Yeah, you guys want to hear my music?
Okay.
Yo. Quandale.
Hook
Yo,
him
what's
up.
up, dude?
Could you put my music on the Steam?
Yeah, dude, put it on there.
How do I put it on it?
I should be able to hear it.
Who's Gas?
That's me.
Oh, you are. That's you. Okay. I see.
Do you hear it?
No.
No.
Oh.
Same problem that I got.
It's because I share my monitor. I can't share the...
You can
this.
share audio.
How do I do that?
Go to share at the bottom and then go to the specific, you might have to play it in a browser, but I don't know if you can get audio from specific applications and shit.
Can you hear that?
No.
No.
I'm sharing the application window, no, and it doesn't even work.
Yeah. Same problem. I got the same problem. Could be the web browser. Might be the web browser.
Are you using Opera?
Open it in a Chrome tab or whatever
Not
browser
me.
you're using, and then go to the share thing, and then share that specific tab in your
Yeah,
browser
yeah.
with the audio.
hop in my fucking whip, dog. Piss at this bitch.
I hear it.
Why am my shit starting, dog? Hold up a minute, let me try this bitch again.
Triple.
Start up this fucking whip, dog. Oh shit, the fucking cops coming from the fire, nigga, from the fire. Cops coming, nigga, start the fucking car. Start the car, nigga, start the car, nigga, start the car. Start the fucking car, nigga, start the car, nigga, start the car. Start the car, nigga, start the car, start the car. Cops coming from afar, nigga, coming from afar, nigga, coming from the car. Coming to the car, nigga, in the car. They got the sirens on, bruh. We better run in the car, better run in the car. Run in the car, start the car, nigga, start the fucking car, nigga, start the fucking car. Start the fucking car, nigga, start the fucking car. Put your seatbelt on, nigga, start the fucking car.